Our real estate industry has always had a low barrier entry. And I've become obsessed about becoming a better person. We have a mission, why we do what we do, why the pressure. Things have been done too long the same way. Because we can choose what we want to do because there's no rules. We can choose average. And Drumelia is not going to choose average. If you want to grow, this is the place. If you want to be challenged, this is the place. If you want an easy job, this is not the place. And I'm not going to lie, it's a difficult journey. But for the right people, it's worth it. The other day, I had a conversation with a client and he's told me something very direct. He said, Artur, if a company underperforms, it's because the CEO doesn't have the capability to make it perform better. We were discussing the sales drop that happened from 24 to 25 that I publicly announced in my fight and belief for more transparency in our real estate market, and also trying to move away from ego-driven behavior to learning-driven approach and set examples. I could have answered to him that there's been many facts, but it hasn't changed the real truth. So I immediately agreed with him. But you know what I have far more than the results of 1 year? I have an enormous amount of accumulated mistakes. I have an enormous amount of accumulated wrong decisions, and I have an enormous amount of accumulated experiences with people that did not work out. I've become literally obsessed over the last few years to get the most and learn the most from these experiences. And I've become obsessed about becoming a better person, a better professional, a better CEO, building a better company and attracting better aligned people. We have a purpose, we have a mission, we have values that we protect through our daily behaviors, and a culture that's becoming stronger every day. I believe we are a group of people that are inspired by each other to do things better. Ask yourself, are you a person that likes to do things better? Are you a person that likes to be challenged? Are you a person that gets inspired when others around you are pushing and are pushing you? Are you a person that wants to grow? Are you prepared to put the hard work long term like a marathon? Because then Drumelia feels like a home for you. I think that Drumelia is for very, actually few people, for a very small percentage of people that are like that. Many people don't understand why we do what we do, why the pressure, why so many conversations about growth, why some people don't stay here and others feel that this is the best professional atmosphere that they have ever worked at. The easy answer as well as to the question of why is the concept that some people are simply wired this way. It's a mindset of people that just don't accept the easy route to do things like the rest and are constantly looking for ways to do things better and differently, and they get motivated by this. But there's also another answer. Our real estate industry has always had a low barrier entry, and this has always been a problem. And things have been done too long the same way. And we're in a crucial moment of time right now when the change is happening rapidly and there are great opportunities out there. Precisely what makes this real estate industry weak is what I think holds, paradoxically, the biggest opportunity. Agents can enter this industry with such a low entry barrier and work with clients without any specific rules or standards is what I believe is an opportunity to us. Why? Because we can choose what we want to do because there's no rules. We can choose the standards that we want to set. We can choose what rules we set. We can choose how we train each other. We can choose how we educate each other. We can choose to accept what we think is a norm and what we think is wrong. Or we can choose average. And Drumelia is not going to choose average. That's why, for me, for us, the junior real estate agent program is so important. We are taking on people with great potential, no previous real estate experience, and we are training, educating them and challenging them for months, if not a year, before they start working with a client. That way we control the level of professionalism, we'll raise it, and we're able to raise it continuously. And for the people that decide to join this program, I personally think it's an amazing opportunity. If you're, of course, a person that wants to be challenged and wants to grow, and the potential is unlimited. I mean, that's my story in this company. That's exactly what I did. This year, we are changing completely the listings department. We are rebranding it to a property department. It's going to have far more responsibilities, far more projects. They're going to be far more interconnecting sales, marketing, operations, and playing a much bigger role on our results. This will also mean that we're going to be looking for people, again, no real estate experience needed, but for people that are ambitious, that want to grow, that have professional depth, that have life maturity, that want to be part of this team. And we're going to use this listings department to train people, to grow into more bigger and important roles within our company and have a bigger impact on what we are doing. I also want to mention briefly marketing. Almost 10 years of accumulated experience in online marketing with some great results in the past, combined with our leadership and vision, passion, and the team that we have, I believe we're at the next step of doing something outstanding. For that reason, we have opened 3 new roles on our career section, where we're looking for 3 senior people experienced that want to join our project, that want to join this company and join our path. And our ambition and purpose to elevate the real estate industry, to have an impact on how people perceive this profession, of what eventually, together with us, what eventually it means to be a real estate agent, what it means to be a real estate agency, and how people see this, eventually having an impact on others to copy us, and eventually having an impact on the thousands of people that will be joining this industry in the future, hopefully with more training and more career opportunities than the ones that we have right now. Our leadership is going to go through more training this year, and also we're going to be now paying more attention to identifying those leadership traits within the people and helping them develop them and grow. The DNA of Drumelia is long-term. Starting from this office, and I want you to pay attention to this. This office cost us approximately 5 million euros. This makes absolutely no sense. It's an economical suicide if your objectives are profit and short-term results. It only makes sense to do something like that if your true objectives are long-term and if you're building a company for the next 20 years. But an office like this means nothing without you and you and you. It means nothing. And one person, me for example, cannot achieve anything. One satisfied client means nothing. It's only if we combine all our efforts together when we can multiply and achieve something bigger. And that is the message today. It depends on each one of you. To what I'm talking about today is going to be just words, or if it's going to create real action, real attitude. And when you walk through the door every single day, and ask yourself what attitude I'm bringing to the office today, and am I going to multiply my efforts and my colleagues' efforts? How does everything that I just said affect you directly? Well, I mean, I think to this extent it's becoming kind of obvious that this year we're going to raise our expectations, that we're going to raise our standards, that we're going to raise our pressure to grow. But I mean, to be honest, guys, I think that most of you are already getting used to this. It's not scaring anybody anymore. If you want to grow, this is a place. If you want to be challenged, this is a place. If you want an easy job, this is not the place. And I'm not going to lie, it's a difficult journey. But for the right people, it's worth it. My vision, I want to build Drumelia to not be just a company. I want Drumelia to be a lifestyle, to have an influence long-term in each one of our life goals and long-term life results. Let's multiply. Thank you very much, guys.